Hello, I'm Javier, and I will be teaching you today how to play Marksmanship Hunter in patch 11.1.0 in the War Within. This is going to be a beginner-friendly guide, meaning you're going to learn the complete rotation for raiding a Mythic Plus while still keeping it simple. If you like my UI you see here, you can get this on my Patreon. Of course, it super duper supports the channel. You can get my details, profiles, and everything else you see on the screen. I'm going to add some action bars here just so that we can look at the priority list. Starting from the left is the top priority and the right is the bottom priority. For both builds, we are going to be going with Dark Ranger. You can also go with Sentinel if you want. It's pretty much personal preference, in my opinion, at this point. Neither of them add any new abilities. Technically, Dark Ranger does, but it's actually replacing your kill shot with Black Arrow instead. So you're not actually getting a new ability, you're just transforming one into a different one. So the number one priority on our rotation is going to be rapid fire. Shoot a stream of 10 shots at your target over 1.8 seconds. It's one of my favourite abilities in the game. You can use it while moving. Note here that it says rapid fire causes your next aimed shot to cast 30% faster, which is this one. So after using rapid fire, aimed shot here will actually cast a lot faster. It's usually quite slow otherwise. Also note it says that each shot generates 2 focus. This here is your focus, where you have 100 of it, and that is our main resource as a hunter. So we can use rapid fire while moving. As you can see, that is our top priority. That is then going to generate something down here on the left called Bullet Storm. Aimed shot damage is increased by 20%. Aimed shot critical strike damage also increased by 20%. And that again is our aimed shot here. You'll also get this buff here, Streamline. Your next aim shot and its focus cost and its cast time are reduced by 30%, which I have already mentioned. But good to know. So use your rapid fire on cooldown because it's going to give you all of those awesome buffs. After that, we have our True Shot cooldown. This is on a 2-minute cooldown, increases your critical strike chance and damage, and again, reduces the cooldown of your aimed shot and rapid fire by 60%. So again, these two same spells. Consuming Spotter's Mark reduces the cooldown of True Shot by 3 seconds. After that, we have our Black Arrow, and you'll notice it is on the action bar twice here. The number one reason that we're going to use it, so the top priority reason for using it, is precise shots. Aimed shot, again, that spell that I keep talking about that we haven't used yet, causes your next arcane shot or multi-shot to deal a lot more damage and cost less, and your auto shot damage is increased, but the time between your auto shots is increased by 2 seconds. When we have that stack of that, we are going to use our Black Arrow. We're also going to use our Black Arrow when we have another different buff, Razor Fragments. After gaining Death Blow, your next Black Arrow will deal more damage and shred up to 5 targets near your Black Arrow's target. If you're wondering what Death Blow is, it's here. The cooldown of Black Arrow is reset. Your next Black Arrow can be used on any target regardless of their current health. Aim shot now has a 15% chance and rapid fire has a chance to grant Death Blow. The fact that rapid fire has a 25% chance pretty much means you're guaranteed because of how often that it's actually attacking, and that is here Razor Fragments. Pretty much, you can use your rapid fire on cooldown, use your true shot on cooldown, and at this point, you're pretty much going to be using your Black Arrow on cooldown as well because you have got those buffs. So although it's starting to sound a bit complex, you could pretty much just use that, and then that on cooldown, and you're pretty much going to be fine. But I would advise that you try and track these cooldowns and buffs where you can, like using a weak aura like here for your Razor Fragments. You can see I've got the Razor Fragments buff there, so I know that I've got an improved Black Arrow. Going again back to your precise shots, remember it says that aimed shot causes your next arcane shot to deal a lot more damage and cost less focus. Meaning, if we have that buff, we should be using our arcane shot, but to get the buff, we use aimed shot. So, let's use a rapid fire. Let's go down the cooldown list. Okay, nice. Time for aimed shot. So we've got an instant one, and we can use our other one. Use this pretty much every time you've got one. Aimed shot is what you're going to be using a hell of a lot. So you can see here I've now got 2 stacks of precise shots, meaning arcane shot is now the higher priority to use those stacks. How do we get the stacks? By using aimed shot. If you don't have precise shots, you go down, but if you do have it, arcane shot is a higher priority. Hopefully that makes sense. After that, we're pretty much using our explosive shot on cooldown. We're using Black Arrow whenever it's available. Remember, we're only using it up here when we have our Razor fragments buff, which is from this one here. After gaining Death Blow, your next Black Arrow will deal increased damage, etc. And Death Blow again is here. So let's just put this all together. Oh, one more, sorry. Steady Shot, just use it whenever you're moving and have nothing else to press. So if you've got nothing else to press, we need to generate some focus, we can use our Steady Shot, and that's pretty much our filler ability. So we're going to put it all together. We're going to use our Rapid Fire. We're then going to consume that buff with our Black Arrow. We're going to use our Aimed Shot. We've now got 2 stacks of precise shots, so we're going to be using our Arcane Shot. And you're just going back up the list using the top priorities until you get to them. Sort of like this. And as you can see here, you're running out of focus, so you need to use your Steady Shot to get some focus back. And that is pretty much how the rotation comes together. And that is all there is to it. If you are in the Mythic Plus build or you want to do AoE damage, you could basically just swap out your Black Arrow for your multi-shot here, and it would just move down one in the rotation. And that is all there is to it. Let's now go through some other important talents that you need to know about when playing marksmanship. We've talked about precise shots. We've talked about streamline. Although I don't know if I've spoken about it properly in here. Rapid Fire's damage is increased, and casting it gives you streamline, which is where your aimed shot has its focus cost and cast time reduced. And that's where that comes from. Regarding aim shot, there is also the Spotter's Mark buff, damaging an enemy with abilities empowered by precise shots, like your Arcane Shot, remember? So let's just go over that one more time. When you get precise shots, so when I use aimed shot, I've now got 2 stacks of precise shots. When I then use precise shots on my Arcane Shot, it then gets the Spotter's Mark debuff on the enemy. Your next aim shot then increases damage taken by 40%. So kind of basically the way it works is that aim shot increases the damage of your Arcane Shot, and then Arcane Shot will increase the damage of your aim shot. It kind of works in tandem like that. Rapid Fire deals increased damage, and Aimed Shot also has a chance to reset the cooldown of Rapid Fire. So sometimes you'll get an instant reset on there, and it is due to that. When you consume your Spotter's Mark on your Aimed Shot, it's actually going to give you increased haste, which could stack, which is nice as well. Again, happening passively. Black Arrow can also now benefit from precise shots. So when we're using our Black Arrow, we're actually consuming our precise shots and often our razor fragments all together, which is even more fantastic. You will always get 2 stacks of precise shots, and you will always get them at once. Precise shot can now be stacked up to 2 times. Casting aimed shot has a 100% guaranteed chance to grant an additional stack of precise shots. So whenever you do use it, you will always get 2 stacks together. Don't think that you have to use your aimed shot twice to get your precise shots. If you can see, I use it once there, and I have 2 stacks of precise shots, which I'm either going to use on my Black Arrow or Arcane Shot. The Bullet Storm buff that you get with your Rapid Fire is this talent here. Your True Shot cooldown is here. True Shot sends your Spotting Eagle into a frenzy, applying Spotter's Mark to your target, so that's going to happen from True Shot as well. Remember, Spotter's Mark is from here. It's all sounding very confusing, I'm aware. However, the rotation itself is quite fairly simple once you start tracking those buffs, often really being precise shots and razor fragments, and understanding how your sort of aimed shot and Arcane Shot and Black Arrow all kind of go into each other. And also consuming a Spotter's Mark reduces the cooldown of aimed shot. If this is all confusing, I would just have a quick read through the talents that you've got here, maybe a few times, and just sort of look at how it goes in together, step by step, like building blocks. Like go, okay, this one affects that one, okay, this affects that, and then look how this affects that. The hero talents obviously do the same thing, but really it's just on your Black Arrow and enhancing that, which is already built into the rotation. So don't overwhelm yourself with that. If I just want to show you the Mythic Plus build, you can see it's pretty much very, very similar here. Apart from we've got a few talents like Trick Shots affecting your multi-shot. When multi-shot hits 3 or more targets, your next aimed shot will ricochet and hit additional targets too. Meaning, when you use your multi-shot, suddenly after that, your actual usually single target abilities, like aimed shot, will now be hitting multiple targets. So the Mythic Plus build is really just introducing multi-shot, and then when you use multi-shot, it means that some of your other abilities are also doing AoE damage, so it's really helping hit multiple targets. We do, of course, have a lot of utilities as a hunter. I'm just going to go through these very briefly. Again, I a recommendation that you look through your spellbook on your own once you're more comfortable with the rotation. But some of the really interesting and useful ones we have are Aspect of the Turtle and Cheetah. Turtle is a defensive, Cheetah gives you speed. You've got a few things like Binding Shot, Bursting Shot, Flare, Counter Shot, Tar Trap, Tranquilizing Shot, Wing Clip. There's loads of these that you might not be using as often. The one you are going to use a lot, or the ones you are going to use a lot, are going to be Counter Shot. This is your interrupt. It's going to interrupt the enemy spellcasting, which is really important. Disengage, which is going to leap you out of the way. Exhilaration and Survival of the Fittest. These are two fantastic cooldowns for defensives. And Hunter's Mark. Hunter's Mark is going to actually increase all damage done to targets above 80% health by 5%, and that is actually from the entire raid group. And that is pretty much it, guys. That is how you play Marksmanship Hunter in the War Within Season 2. If you are finding it all a bit confusing with the buffs and debuffs and all of the things you're tracking in Marksmanship, maybe check out my Beast Mastery Hunter video, as that is a hell of a lot simpler, but there's still tons going on with summoning loads of pets, and it's really, really fun. I personally love Marksmanship, but I do think Beast Mastery is a better beginner intro to Hunter, and then it would probably be Marksmanship and Survival being the more intricate rotations, I would say.